Aurora Snow is, or was, a porn star, and recently she wrote an open letter on the Daily Beast to her unborn son. Now, she's expecting to have a son in December, and because of her past in the porn industry, she felt that it was only fair to kind of explain to him why she made the decisions that she made to enter the porn industry and why she stayed there for as long as she did. Now, she starts off the piece by talking about the financial reasons why she got involved in the porn industry, and I think a lot of millennials right now can relate to this. She says, "Your mom grew up very, very poor. In early 2000, I was going to school at UC Irvine, and although I was a high school honor roll student, scored high on tests, and spent week after week filling out applications, I was still drowning in student loans. Frustrated and feeling my chance at higher education slipping away, I answered an ad in the Orange County Register newspaper. The large, bold print caught my eye. Girls nude modeling earn $2,000 per day." That's a lot of money. So she started off by doing some nude modeling, and then of course it turned into actual porn movies where she's having sex with people on camera. And at the time, she felt that it was the right choice to make. She felt that, you know, her family wasn't going to find out about it because at that time her family wasn't really using the internet. But then of course things changed, and her mom found out about it. And she says that the family, even though they weren't in favor of it, they were supportive nonetheless. They still loved her nonetheless.
No, that's good. But I can't help but be slightly amused by it. I'm an honor roll student, but I couldn't figure out that if I put it on the internet, that at some point somebody might see it. Okay, I mean, look.
I know, but this is in 2000. I mean, that was 13
but in
years
2000,
ago.
we were pretty sure that if you put things on the internet, eventually your family would see it.
She was also young. I mean, give her a break.
No. I'm pro porn. I got no problems. God bless her heart.
So she continues to write about the kind of stuff that she did in porn and how terrified she is that her son is going to find some of the, I guess, riskier things that she did. Yeah. By this point in your life, I hope I've taught you the importance of honesty, and so I'm going to be honest with you. I've done just about everything imaginable in my adult career, and if you dig deep enough, you will find things you might think are pretty awful. I can honestly say that I approached adult filmmaking as a job, and like any job I've ever had, I felt it important to do my best. Sometimes doing my job well meant doing pretty gross things. Hopefully you never see that stuff.
God, this is a really weird letter. Okay, and I get it, and it's fascinating, but it's like the whole thing about like, I wanted to do the best I could in porn, so I did really gross stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get into specifics, right?
I know. I know. So it is an awkward letter to read because I felt that same level of discomfort as I was reading it. You know, just thinking about her son possibly getting bullied in school because some of the douchebag kids find out that his mom is a porn star. I mean, I know what it's like.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even call them douchebags. I mean, they're going to find out.
I know, but then they're going to bully him for it, and they're going to give him hell for it, and yeah, that makes them douchebags.
It's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just too easy. And so of course they shouldn't, etc. So look, that's the thing. I'm on the record. I'm, you know, very, very solidly pro-porn, right? And I don't do any judgments, bless her heart. But if you're going to get into the porn industry, you just got to think it through a little bit. So if you're comfortable with it and you think, that's okay, I know this stuff lives forever, and I know that I've got a family, I got parents, hopefully one day I'll have kids, and I can live with that. And I interviewed Nina Hartley. She's proud of all the work she's done, as well as she should be. And she's a legend in the porn industry. But just think it through, because at some point, you know, think about this letter, and think about writing that letter before you start your porn career.
So let me jump in. I think that it's easy to say, hey, think it through. And I do agree. I mean, she shouldn't have been so naive to think that her family wouldn't find the stuff that she had done. But at the same time, I feel a lot of sympathy for her and for a lot of people that are in her same situation, where they feel so desperate because their education is so expensive and because they didn't have good childhoods, or they didn't have wealthy childhoods, or even middle-class childhoods. So they feel that they need this as a way to move up the economic ladder. And it sucks that it's gotten to that point in this country where people feel that pressure. They have to cave and give into certain things so they can climb that economic ladder. You know, just one example of that is sugardaddies.com. You know, membership on that website skyrocketed after 2008. Gee, I wonder why. tuition starts increasing, the economy is a disaster, the job market is a disaster, people are looking for others to take care of them, or they get involved in the sex industry. So I feel bad that she had to turn to this and she's no longer doing porn. But, you know, I think it's just easy to judge. But you never know until you're in that same situation.
Look, it's a tough, tough thing, man. It really is. And look, let me just say that if you're pro-porn as we are, it's not theoretical. Real people do, right? So if you're uncomfortable with it and you think people shouldn't do it, then maybe you should be against it, right? But we're not. We're in favor of it, right? So
in favor of sex or in favor of porn?
No, in favor of porn,
okay.
Right? So when this real person makes a decision to do it, well, okay, and she's going to have, you know, some things that, well, you know, it got her through her education, God bless, right? And there's going to be some regrets about it, and she's handling it the best way she can.